Sit down, shut up, and listen. You've been lied to your whole life. By the schools, the media, your friends, your parents, and even the voice in your own head. They've told you to settle, to conform, to be satisfied. They've spoon-fed you the idea that happiness is the ultimate goal. Comfort is the prize, and that following the herd will lead you to some mythical promised land. But look around. Do you see lions prowling among the sheep? Do you see men who've traded their claws for a leash? Their ambition for sedation, their war for a whisper? I'm here to tell you the truth. Not the kind of truth you get from a self-help book or a motivational seminar. No, I'm talking about the kind of truth that shatters illusions, burns your weaknesses to ash, and forces you to confront the raw, unfiltered version of yourself. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to become more than what you are? Good. Because this is where the nice guy dies, and the predator is born. Unfortunately, you are a prisoner of comfort. Let's start with the first lie. You should be happy with what you have. That's bullshit. Happiness is a trap. Comfort is the enemy. The moment you start thinking that you've done enough, you've signed your own death certificate. The world doesn't reward the complacent, the quiet, or the compliant. It rewards the relentless, the ones who look at their achievements, no matter how great, and say, not enough. Look at your life. Every ounce of comfort you cling to is a chain wrapped around your neck. The couch you collapse into after a long day. The junk food you devour when you're treating yourself. The endless scroll on your phone that numbs your mind. These things feel good in the moment, don't they? But what are they really? They're distractions. They're prison bars disguised as luxuries. Comfort is where men go to die. Not their bodies, but their souls. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you chip away at your potential. You dull the blade that can cut through mediocrity. So burn it down. Burn the excuses. Burn the distractions. Burn the idea that you should be happy with what you have. You were not born to be happy. You were born to conquer. You've heard the terms thrown around: alpha, beta, sigma. Most people don't even understand what these terms mean. They think Sigma male is some edgy internet meme. But let me tell you what it really is. A Sigma male is a lion among the sheep. He walks his own path, not because he's been rejected, but because he chooses to. He doesn't seek validation. He doesn't need approval. He's quiet, reserved, and calculating, not because he's weak, but because he's waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The world tells you to speak up, to be loud, to make sure everyone knows your name. But let me tell you something. Real power doesn't announce itself. Real power waits in the shadows. Real power is silent, patient, and unshakable. When you master stoicism, when you learn to control your emotions, to endure pain without complaint, to remain calm in the face of chaos, you become unstoppable. You become the kind of man people fear. Not because you're aggressive, but because they can't predict you. That's what it means to be a Sigma. To be the storm that no one sees coming. The power of solitude is unimaginable. Most men are terrified of being alone. They cling to relationships, to friendships, to crowds, because they can't stand the silence of their own mind. But here's the hard truth. If you can't be alone, you're weak. If you can't sit with your own thoughts, your own fears, your own doubts, you're running from yourself. And a man who runs from himself will never find peace. Solitude is a crucible. It burns away the lies you tell yourself. It forces you to confront your flaws, your insecurities, your weaknesses, but it also makes you stronger. When you embrace solitude, when you stop needing anyone else to validate your existence, you become truly free. You don't need a crowd to feel important. You don't need a lover to feel whole. You don't need anyone to tell you who you are, because you already know. And here's the irony. The more comfortable you are being alone, the more magnetic you become. People are drawn to strength. They're drawn to mystery. They're drawn to the man who doesn't need them, but who they desperately want to follow. There are 5 pillars of power. Do you want to build a life worth living? A life that makes other men look at you with envy and women with desire? Then you need to master the 5 pillars: body, mind, soul, relationships, and solitude. Number 1, the body. Your body is your temple. And right now, It's probably a shack. Every time you skip the gym, every time you shove garbage into your mouth, every time you choose laziness over discipline, you're disrespecting yourself. You're telling the world, I don't care about myself. Build your body like you're forging a weapon, because that's exactly what it is. A weapon. Strong men aren't just respected, they're feared. And in a world that rewards dominance, fear is gold. Number 2, the mind. Most people are stupid. They're sheep, grazing on the information spoon-fed to them by the moon. Never questioning, never thinking. But you're not most people, or at least, you shouldn't be. Feed your mind, read, study, question everything. The sharper your mind, the harder it is for anyone to manipulate. And trust me, the world will try. Number 3, the soul. What do you stand for? What do you believe in? If you don't have answers to these questions, you're a leaf in the wind. Blown in whatever direction society pushes you. Your soul is your foundation. Without it, you're nothing. Find your values, live by them, and die for them, if you have to. Because a man without a soul is a man without a purpose. Number 4, relationships. Most men think relationships are about love. They're not. They're about power. The people you surround yourself with either elevate you or drag you down. Cut out the dead weight. Choose your tribe carefully. And when it comes to romantic relationships, never forget this. You are the prize. Act like it. And finally, number 5, solitude. We've already covered this, but it's worth repeating. Solitude is your superpower. Embrace it, master it, and use it to build the man you were born to be. You've been quiet long enough. Not the good kind of quiet, the stoic, strategic kind. No, you've been silenced by doubt, by fear, by your reluctance to color outside the lines. Well, I'm here to tell you are enough. Not as you are now, but as you could be. The man you're meant to become is enough. The man who refuses to settle, who burns with relentless ambition, who roars with the power of a lion among sheep. That man is enough. So rise, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because every second you wait is a second you'll never get back. Life doesn't wait for the hesitant, it devours them. Be the predator, be the storm, be the lion. And when the world looks at you with fear, with awe, with anger, you'll know you've become exactly who you were always meant to be.